Hi everyone, how are you today? Today's video is about how to eat sugar without the crash. So I'm Kelsie Michaud and I'm a certified health and life coach, and I help individuals to create healthy habits and mindset so that they can lose weight sustainably for long-term success. So I know a lot, sorry, I had a call. Hi Carrie, thanks for hopping on. So I know a lot of us are home right now, and it's hard not to just, eat out of boredom or stressy or emotionally eat, or just kind of go back and forth to the fridge because there's nothing else to do. So I want to talk to you a little bit more about how you can actually enjoy. Hi, Catherine. How are you? I'm sorry we didn't get to connect yesterday, but we'll have to talk about reconnecting. So let's just dive right in. So you know that sugar crash. We've all had that sugar crash, I'm sure. I know I've had it more times than I'd like to remember. So you're feeling fine, and then all of a sudden, maybe you can't keep your eyes open, or you find yourself nodding off at your desk or maybe on the couch. And then you realize the only thing you've even eaten is maybe a Kit Kat bar, or just something sugary that wasn't balanced enough for you, that didn't have enough healthy fat or protein. So the thing is, I don't know if you know, but as we get older, that sugar crash actually can get worse. But the one good thing to all of this is that there are ways to enjoy sugar responsibly without having that crash. So the sugar, that sugar crash happens because your body's response to your sugar intake. So like a sugar spike causes your insulin to spike, which then causes the sugar crash. So the key to avoiding all of this is to I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. The key to avoiding all this is, that because it's such an uncomfortable feeling, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure. I mean, raise your hand if you felt like that before. You get that spike in sugar, and then all of a sudden, I'm gonna start feeling a little shaky, maybe a little sweaty. You get really tired, and then all of a sudden, you feel like you just need to shove food in your mouth, and it doesn't matter what it is at that point. And that's where we're not making the best choices either. So, because all we want to do is just make sure that we're bringing our blood sugar back up to normal, and that's what matters at that point. So, how do we actually bring it up and get it out of that crazy sugar spike cycle over and over? So I have just 5 simple ways that I want to share with you that will help you be able to eat sugar without having that crash. So number 1, don't eat sweets on an empty stomach. Eating dessert after a meal usually won't cause that sugar crash. And why is that? Why will it not cause that sugar crash? Well, your body it's too busy digesting your complex proteins, fats, and carbs, so the sugar will actually take longer to get into the bloodstream, and then it will enter so much more slowly, so then you're not getting that insulin spike. And if you're going to have the sugar, make sure you're doing it after you've eaten something, but not just anything. You want to make sure that it's something nutritious, that it's a balanced meal with all your carbs, your fats, and your protein. And 2, you want to make sure that you're not eating sugar by itself. This kind of goes with number 1, but hi, Father, how are you? Thanks for coming on. And hi, April, how are you? So make sure you're not eating sugar completely by itself, because first of all, nobody's force feeding you to eat sugar. They're not putting it directly in your mouth, but you can make the choice to eat sweets in combination with something that's a little more nutritious. So for example, like nuts are a great source of fat and protein. So eat some kind of like whole nuts with chocolate, or you can have like a little handful of almonds or walnuts, something like that, whatever you like. And even like, say if you want to have like a bar, like a protein bar type of thing, you want to make sure that it's got some kind of whole foods in it. So say, for example, like some whole nuts with chocolate would be like, like a Kind bar, for example. And fruits as well. Fruits have lots of sugar too, but the good thing about that is that it comes with lots of fiber. And what fiber does is fiber goes through our bloodstream much more slowly, so it keeps that sugar from spiking so quickly. So these sweet snacks, they have less of an impact on your blood sugar. So then you can enjoy a sugary treat while avoiding that sugar crash. And then 3, you want to know which sweets actually have the most or least sugar in them. So you might want to do a little investigation of your own. Chocolate is obviously a sugary treat, but not all chocolate is created equal. Dark chocolate has way less sugar than milk chocolate, and there's different brands and different amounts of sugar that they put in them based on the desired flavor that the company is going for, and based on their process that they use too. I actually enjoy, I love dark chocolate, and you want to make sure if you do have dark chocolate and you want to get good health benefits from it, because it's a superfood and it's got lots of good health benefits in dark chocolate, but you want to make sure that it's 70% or higher to get all those really good benefits. And I've mentioned it many times, but I always have one little square of dark chocolate. I think we have 90%. I think that's what I eat in the morning. I started at like 80 or 85%, and then we accidentally got a higher percentage one day because the grocery store was out of the one that we usually get. And then we just got so used to it that when we actually went back to the lower percentage, it was actually too sweet for us, because you can actually train your taste buds. So we're actually up to like 90 or 95%, I think we eat. But I'll have one little square in the morning just before I work out and do my exercises, and it helps to give me energy too, because it's a vasodilator and it gets that blood flowing for you. So you can enjoy your sweet treats. But anyway, whatever your weakness is, whether it's chocolate or ice cream or gumdrops, do a little research and find, the treats that will actually satisfy your cravings that have less sugar. So just a simple swap like this can save you from that sugar crash. And number 4, you want to make sure that your sugary treats have real sugar. So when I say less sugar, I don't mean artificial sugar. I just mean less sugar. So there's so many studies that have been done on the effects of artificial sweeteners, and the results are not good. They're very bad news for our body. So our brain is so powerful that it will get our body ready when it knows that something's coming. So say like, you'll start salivating at the thought of like, I don't know, whatever you like, say like chimichangas at the Mexican restaurant, or pizza, or whatever it is that does it for you. Your body will start salivating because it knows something's coming. And when the brain senses it's getting sugar from something sweet, it readies the body for that influx of fuel. So when there is no fuel, because you just consumed another chemical, or some kind of chemical that just it tasted sweet, it can have this negative effect on actually regulating your blood sugar, because your body's not recognizing it. It doesn't know what it is. It doesn't know what the heck to do with it. So you want to just eat the real stuff, have the sugar, but just less of it. And the more you do that, like I said with my dark chocolate, the more you slowly decrease your sugar intake, the less of it you'll actually need, because then when you try to go back to something that's even more sugary, your taste buds are going to notice that quickly right away, and it may almost feel too much. Just like for myself with desserts, I really just need a bite or two. I just like the initial taste of it, and then I'm good. I've had enough. And you can get yourself to that point too if you just slowly decrease your sugar. Say if you have like I don't know how many spoonfuls of sugar you may put in a coffee, maybe just for example, so you put 3 spoonfuls, try to do 2.5 for a week. And then from there, the following week, try to do just 2, just cut it back very slowly to where it's not so noticeable. And then you get to the point where you're still enjoying it. And then if you actually tried to go back to those full 3 spoonfuls when maybe you're down to 1, you'd be like, whoa, this is so sugary. I can't believe I actually drank it like that to begin with. So that can really happen. It's happened to myself. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Thank you for coming on. Okay, so last but not least, let's get to our last one, is number 5, which I want to tell you to never drink your sugar, because sugary drinks, such as soda, they have no nutritional value at all. That right there, should just keep it out of your house. But a bunch of sugar in liquid form, it actually will go right to your blood and initiate that insulin blood sugar cycle faster than you can even say the word soda. Hi, Allie. How are you? Thanks for popping on. Hi, Joni. So it's definitely a true fact that if we get rid of all of the sugary treats in the world, we would definitely be much healthier for it. But the fact is, we like it. People like it more than others, and some like it a little bit, but we like it. We continue to buy it. And since we continue to buy it, the food manufacturers continue to make it. So, despite all of this, it's true we'd be much healthier without it, but it is possible to enjoy sugar responsibly without having that crash. So for you, those of you who just popped on, we just talked about 5 very simple ways to help you, decrease your sugar intake a little bit and not have that sugar crash when you actually want to have a nice little sweet treat. So if you want to go back and catch the replay, and I am also doing complimentary consultations this week. I only have about, I think, 2 or 3 spots left. I have to check my calendar to be sure. But anyway, I have a couple spots left this week. And that's where we would just jump on the phone for about 30 minutes and we can dive really deep into your own health and weight goals. And I can show you how to take you from where you are now to where you want to go. So if that's something you'd be interested in, I'll leave the link above for you. And if you have any questions about the content I covered or anything to do with your health or weight goals or anything that's going on, I'm here for you. Just reach out, leave it in the comments, PM me, whatever works for you. And I'm going to hop off, and I hope everyone has a very beautiful day. Bye, guys.